You're eating clean, you're working out, and yet your belly fat refuses to budge. It's not just you. There's a hidden hormone shift happening in your body that is completely changing the rules of how you store fat that no one's talking about. And until you address it, you'll keep fighting an uphill battle. Hey, I'm Dr. Rajka, your functional medicine MD, board certified in family and integrative medicine and certified in functional medicine. Today, I'm breaking it down. What causes belly fat and what you can do about it. Stay with me. This might be the missing piece you've been looking for. You wake up, you look in the mirror, and you notice that bulge around your middle that wasn't there 1 year ago or even 2 years ago. Your body feels different. And the worst part is that things that used to work don't work anymore. This is what all the women that come to my office tell me. You cut calories, your body holds on to fat even harder. You do more cardio, maybe you lose a pound or two, but it comes right back. You might even feel crazy, like your body is turned against you. Around age 40, your body goes through a metabolic shift that's so powerful, so fundamental, that it literally changes where and how you store fat. This isn't about menopause yet. This can start in perimenopause and sometimes as early in your 30s for some women. Because what happened isn't just about estrogen dropping, it's about a cascade of hormonal changes that specifically target your midsection. Let me break down the science, but I promise to keep this simple and practical. Here's what's actually happening inside your body. As you transition into perimenopause, your estrogen levels start to fluctuate and then eventually decline. Believe it or not, estrogen does something really important. It helps determine where your body stores fat. When your estrogen is high, like in your 20s and 30s, you'll store fat under the skin in your hips and thighs and butt. That's called subcutaneous fat. For some women, it's annoying for sure, but it's relatively harmless. But as estrogen drops, your fat storage pattern shifts. Suddenly, you start storing fat in your abdomen. And the majority of this fat is around your organs, something called visceral fat, which is no bueno, rather than fat under the skin, which is subcutaneous fat. But here's where it gets worse. As estrogen declines, your cells become more insulin resistant. What does that mean in plain English? It means that when you eat carbs, even healthy ones, your body has a harder time processing them. Your blood sugar spikes, then your pancreas releases more insulin to compensate. And here's the kicker. Insulin is a fat storage hormone. When insulin is chronically elevated, your body is locked in fat storage mode. So you're eating the same meals you always ate, but now your body responds completely differently. But estrogen isn't the only hormone at play. Now let's add stress to the mix. Cortisol, your stress hormone, increases as you age. And as estrogen declines, cortisol loves to also store fat around your belly. Why? Because visceral fat has 4 times more cortisol receptors than subcutaneous fat. And so if you're stressed, and let's be honest, who isn't stressed in their 40s with working, aging parents, parenting teenagers, maybe financial pressures, your body is getting constant signals to store fat right here in the middle, that belly fat that nobody loves. Now here's the final piece that leads to belly fat. You're also losing muscle mass. Starting around age 30, you lose 3 to 5% of your muscle mass per decade. This is what we call sarcopenia, muscle loss. Why does this matter for belly fat? Because the muscle is metabolically active. It burns calories even at rest. So less muscle equals slower metabolism and easier fat storage. So let's recap the hormonal shift that happens in perimenopause. The perfect storm that leads to belly fat. Number 1, estrogen drops, causing fat to store in your abdomen or belly, particularly around the organs. Number 2, insulin resistance increases your blood sugar dysregulation, which leads to more fat storage. Number 3, cortisol naturally rises as we age, as well as with increased stressors, which signals even more belly fat. And lastly, muscle decreases with age, which slows your your metabolism and fat accumulates easier. This isn't four problems. This is one interconnected hormonal shift that causes a perfect storm for visceral fat accumulation. And here's why this matters. Visceral fat isn't just cosmetic. It increases your risk of heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and certain cancers. But here's the good news. You can absolutely reverse this. But you can't use the same strategy you used in your 20s and 30s. The rules have changed. Your approach needs to change too. That is why I developed the Abundant Diet 365, which I outlined in my book called Energized, Feel Fantastic Forever. It's designed to specifically address these hormonal shifts. Here's what actually works to reverse belly fat. Prioritize protein to lose belly fat. You need more protein as you age. Think at least 1 gram of protein per pound of ideal body weight, or at least 100 grams a day. More if you're trying to build muscle. Why is this? Protein preserves muscle mass. It stabilizes our blood sugar and it reduces those insulin spikes. In the Abundant Diet 365, protein is the foundation of every meal. It's the first thing on your plate, making it non-negotiable. Eat a balanced plate to reduce belly fat. Now, this is critical. Your insulin sensitivity is compromised. You can't process carbs the way you used to. The Abundant Diet 365 approach focuses on creating a balanced plate. Start with protein, add in some healthy fats like avocado or olive oil, and next add in fiber-rich vegetables. If you're going to choose carbohydrates, choose complex carbs, but in the right proportion. This combination keeps your blood sugars stable and prevents that fat storage mode we talked about. No more eating just a salad for lunch and wonder why you're starving and craving sugars 2 hours later. Embrace an abundance of colors and plant diversity to lose belly fat. Here's where the Abundant Diet 365 differs from restrictive approaches. We're not eliminating food groups. We're not cutting carbs to zero. We're not doing deprivation diets. Instead, we're focused on diversity, an abundance of colorful, nutrient-dense plant foods. Why? Because phytonutrients reduce inflammation, which drives insulin resistance. Fiber from these vegetables and fruits feeds your gut microbiome, which also influences metabolism. The antioxidants in plant-based foods combat oxidative stress, which increase with age. Think cellular destruction. The more colors on your plate, the more you're supporting your hormones and metabolism. And here's the fascinating part. When you eat a diverse array of plant foods, your gut bacteria produce short-chain fatty acids. These short-chain fatty acids actually improve insulin sensitivity, reduce inflammation, and help regulate appetite hormones like leptin and ghrelin. Essentially, your gut bacteria become your weight loss allies when you feed them the diversity they need. Think deep greens, vibrant colored berries, orange squash, purple cabbage, red peppers. I think you get the idea. Another way to lose belly fat is through resistance training. Forget the endless cardio. You need to lift weights, particularly over the age of 40. Resistance training does these 3 critical things. It builds and preserves muscle mass, it increases insulin sensitivity, and it creates an afterburn effect that keeps burning calories even after exercise is done. What you need to be doing? Well, that's a great question. You should be doing 2 to 3 strength sessions a week. That's the sweet spots. Think compounded movements like weighted deadlifts and squats, as well as push press squats. The goal isn't to crush yourself, it's to apply a progressive load, slowly increasing the weight, reps, or intensity over time so your muscles keep adapting and your metabolism stays revved and your body stops clinging to the belly fat. You need to manage your cortisol to lose that belly fat. This isn't woo-woo. This is biochemistry. Chronic stress equals chronic cortisol equals visceral fat, belly fat. Here's what most people don't realize. Diet itself can be a massive stressor. When you're constantly restricting foods, feeling deprived, and labeling food as bad or good, the body interprets that as stress and pumps out more cortisol. So what actually works to regulate or reduce cortisol? I'm glad you asked. Better sleep, stress management, meditate, walk in nature, journal, do whatever calms you. Say no more often to obligations, to people pleasing, to overcommitting. Find joy in every day, not just waiting for the weekend or vacation. Eat in a way that feels abundant, not punishing. That is why the Abundant Diet 365 is about abundance, not deprivation and chronic cortisol. Remember, deprivation raises cortisol. When you're nourished, satisfied, and eating a variety of delicious foods, your body feels safe. And when your body feels safe, it stops holding onto belly fat, like it's preparing for a famine. Replace estrogen to lose belly fat. For many women, hormone replacement therapy can be a game changer. Replacing estrogen, especially when started within 10 years of menopause, can improve insulin sensitivity, reduce visceral fat accumulation, and preserve muscle mass, along with improving metabolism. Talk to a functional medicine MD, one that knows how to prescribe bioidentical hormones. Not all doctors understand the nuances here. Here's what I need you to understand. This isn't about perfection. This isn't about getting back your 20-year-old body. This is about understanding that your body has changed and working with it instead of against it. The woman I work with who successfully managed the shift, they're not doing extreme diets. They're not punishing themselves with hours of cardio. They're eating abundantly. They're prioritizing protein. They're filling their plates with color and diversity of plant-based foods. They're balancing their blood sugar. And yes, they're giving themselves some grace, because your body's not broken. It's just operating under a different set of rules now. The Abundant Diet 365 gives you those new rules and is sustainable, enjoyable, and what actually works to balance your hormones instead of working against them. If this resonated with you, do me a favor. Hit that subscribe button, because I'm breaking down the science of women's health, perimenopause, menopause, and longevity in a way that's actually practical and evidence-based. Drop a comment below and tell me, what's your biggest struggle with belly fat after 40? And if you want to dive deeper into the Abundant Diet 365, grab a copy of my book. The link will be in the description below. Remember, this isn't your fault. This is something you can change. I'll see you in the next video.